Okay, so at key stage 3, the glucose molecules would just be drawn as circles, joined together to make a long molecule like stone. And at IGCSE, they'd be more accurate and show these ring structures, what actually are. And it's the first bit of extra detail at AS to actually show the atoms that make up one of these rings, these glucose monomers. And you can see it's the carbon atoms and the hydrogen oxygen atoms that they're joined to. Now let's continue to look at glucose. So it's C6H12O6, that's the formula, we'll come back to that. And if you look at it as a linear structure in a straight line, you can see they've numbered the carbons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what actually happens is the first carbon joins with the fifth one to form the ring structure. So here's the fifth carbon and it joins with the first one, and you get a bond between this oxygen and the carbon, and this hydrogen joins here with a double bond breaking to make an OH there. So let's see it. Okay, here you see it. So there's the fifth carbon joined to the first one and an OH group there. And you've got your glucose monomer as a ring. Okay, generally the formula we've got here would be CH2ON. So if N was 6 for glucose, it'd be 6 carbon times 2 for hydrogen, so 12, and O6. And monosaccharides are sweet tasting and soluble in water. These numbers, should be small. They've come up different on this, but you've got a monosaccharide like glucose, you've got a disaccharide like sucrose, which we often have. It's what we put in our tea or coffee if you drink that. And it's a glucose joined with a fructose ring. And polysaccharides are when you've got many monomers joined together. For example, starch is many glucose monomers joined together. But how do they actually join together? So, almost there for today. Building sugars by condensation reactions. It's by condensation reactions that the monosaccharides are joined together. For example, glucose joining together to form maltose, and then if you continue joining more and more to form starch. This is what happens. You've got one glucose here, another one here, and an OH is going to join with a hydrogen atom here to form H2O, water. So water is being given out, and that's why we call it a condensation reaction. And then you've got a bond here between the first carbon and the first carbon of this glucose and the fourth of the one it's joining to, and this bond is called a glycosidic bond. So you need to remember they're joining by condensation, a condensation reaction, and a glycosidic bond is forming with water being released. Okay, and this is just a summary of it written down for you to look at. And that's the end.